We are called upon to have the good flow out from us. And the only way to do this at a very high level is to live in oneness. I'm sure we've all experienced things in the past where, maybe even daily or weekly, where we do something nice for somebody, and then they turn around, they do something what we deem is ludicrous, is crazy. Why would they do something like that after we just helped them out? But that's not for us to judge. A friend of mine has a saying, and he is a business owner, very successful. And his saying is, no good deed goes unpunished. And what he means by that is he's gone out and tried to help people with various things, maybe let them be late on payment or maybe something else. And then they turn around and they do it again and again and again and again until he puts an end to it, and then they're in shock as to why he's put an end to it. So a story came up in my mind. Years ago, we had rented a house on a lake for a graduation with one of my kids. And several couples came out with their kids, and they stayed with us. Well, a couple of couples, that morning, the Sunday morning, took off and left. They didn't help us pick anything up. They didn't help us with anything else. They just left. They said, "Oh, we're really tired." And I think everybody was thinking, well, we're really tired too, but we can't leave the place like this. So that's probably a pretty good example of something like that happening. But it's how you react to that situation. If you get up and start yelling at them or confronting them about it, you may wind up with a big issue and lose your friendship. And I'm sure at that stage you didn't care if you lost your friendship or not, because that was pretty selfish. But things like that do happen, and I see it pretty much weekly, if not sometimes daily. So how we react is the key to that. Because what this does is it plants seeds. So if we react, "Oh, I understand, we have a lot to do here today. I guess we'll go ahead and take care of it. And then we're going to go home too. We're tired as well." If you serve it up like that, in many cases, it's understanding that the person or the couple is tired or the person is tired, understanding they need help, understanding they can't pull their weight, but also understanding it's a big effort by you. It causes them to think. It plants a seed. And the thinking might be, maybe they talk about it on the way home. "Yeah, we really should have stayed and helped. Yeah, it was really nice for them to clean everything up, even though we're not feeling good. I don't know that they, had a lot of sleep. I think they're probably tired as well. Maybe we should have stayed and helped. Maybe we should have become a little bit better person. Maybe we should have been a little more considerate." These are all seeds. And when you plant a seed, it helps people become a little bit better over time. Sometimes not right away. Sometimes it's quite a ways down the road, quite a good time from now, but it does help them to become a better person and hopefully moving towards their spiritual side a little bit and lessen their human mind selfish side. You don't know, and that's not for you to judge. You think about seeds in general. If you took a handful of seeds and you threw them in an area, some might land on a rock. Those seeds will just be burned up in the sun, dry out, and the birds will come along and eat them. And this is scattering seeds when you're thinking about these kind of lessons and how you deal with them. Some of the seeds might fall on soil that's very thin. Maybe it gets a little bit of moisture, the seed sprouts, and then all of a sudden, when the sun comes up, the sprout gets dried out and the seed dies. And then you have seeds that fall in, maybe thorns or weeds, or something else that's growing around it very quickly, and they just get overwhelmed and they never really grow. Or they might grow little, and then they get choked off by the weeds that they're growing in. And then lastly, you have the seeds that land on good soil. And the soil is watered and cultivated. And all of a sudden you have the plants that you're looking for. So this is kind of what our human experience is like. You will have some time where you scatter seeds, where you do the right thing, where you try to help people. And they're just oblivious to it. They don't see it. They don't want to see it. It's not about them right at the second. They're thinking about something else a million miles away. They never even knew you dropped a seed for them. And then you'll have the seeds on the shallow soil. And those are people that, again, are very preoccupied. They're doing their own thing with their own human life quickly, getting through the day. And you drop a seed, and they might remember it for a little while, or somewhere they pick up a seed. And maybe it grows a little bit, and they're excited about, well, maybe I'm going to start going to church, or maybe I'm going to start praying more, or maybe I'm going to start reading religious books or watching religious videos. And then a week or two later, it fades away and it goes. They really never went that far, but maybe they went a little bit deeper. And the next time when seeds fall, maybe they're ready to grab them and take care of them a little bit. And then you see the seeds that fall in the weeds or the thorns. And we have a lot of this in this day and age. There is so many things going on, so much stimulation, so many things to occupy our every second. And we've become addicted to that, where boredom sets in very, very quickly. So does depression. We have to look at something quickly. We have to go check a status on something. We've got to go watch a video. We've got to go do this or that. You never have time to plant your seeds, so they get choked off by all the things that are whirling around you. And unfortunately, this is where we are today with most people in Western societies. It's constantly busy with something, buying something, materialism, being entertained, stimulations, video, whatever the situation is, you fill in the blanks. It's so easy to spend all your time throughout the day doing very little. And then the last one is the one that you can truly get through your meditations, your daily meditations. And that is where the seed falls on good soil. And you never know who this is, or when it happens, or why it might happen. But a seed will fall on soil that is properly manicured, watered, fertilized, and the seed will take off into the beautiful plant that you expected. You don't know who that is. That may be somebody who is desperate for help. That may be somebody who is sick of their life the way it is. It may be somebody who's been in a great relationship for years, and for some reason they've decided this is the door they want to open. and only they can do it. You cannot force anybody to cultivate their seeds. You have to leave them out there, and eventually they'll either open or they won't. So we have to look at the people we encounter. Everybody is from the same source. The same source, the same creator, the same infinite Father created us all. What we have done with that is up to us. Have we become a giant onion with many, many, many layers and you can't see any of the source within us? Or have we become a clear, beautiful crystal that everybody can see, that glows, that you can put on a stand and it glows throughout the day and night? When we create that kind of being in us, when we open the door and allow this crystal to shine forth, because we realize that the good should never have to flow to us, it should always flow out from us. When we live that life, the realization that good is flowing out from us, then more good will flow into us than we've ever previously experienced. We have to look at everybody, no matter what they're doing, the homeless person on the street, the cardiologist, the kid, child, housewife, husband, whatever. We have to look at them all as they are children of Christ. They have the omnipresence within them. They are from the exact same Creator. We don't have an exclusive on it. We are the same. We are created from the same being that has created the entire universe, the beauty, splendor, vastness, infinite universe. That is what resides inside of us. We are the infinite universe, the infinite Creator inside us, waiting for the door to open so others can see it. Now, I want you to take into your meditation today, don't think about specific people. Don't think about groups of people. I want you to just simply let things wash away. If ideas come into your mind, let them go. Just let them float by. But today, accept that you have opened the door and you're going to let it flow out from you. And you're going to realize every time you look at someone or you start to judge or you start to think, today is the day I'm going to realize the omnipresence in all people, the infinite omnipotence that is within people. Watch the peace that sets in of everybody that's within your distance, of everybody that catches your gaze, of everybody that looks at you that you don't even notice. The omnipresence of the Christ created all human beings, created everything that you see around you. It is up to you to open the door and let that Christ shine out so others can see it. Understanding they're the same infinity, the same Creator, the same vast omnipotence, the same vast intelligence, the law governing the universe, the intelligence that's infinite, and the energy that is all around creating, living, loving all day, every day.